Mark.
Well, in 2013, the BBC agreed with the government, in return for the licence fee going up by inflation, as it has, that they would fund free TV licence for the over 75. So it's a breach of that commitment. So I think for that reason it should be reversed. I also think it's wrong that the BBC should be allowed to take criminal sanctions against people for not paying. At most, it should be enforced as a debt, as any other debt, rather than sending, admittedly, a small but nonetheless some people to prison. But more generally, I think, as particularly younger people look to other ways of taking in television, we have Netflix, we have Amazon Prime, we have lots of other competitors for the BBC, and younger people watch it far less. Also, many people don't feel the BBC represents them. Last week, we had 5 people on this panel, all 5 of whom had voted Remain. On Tuesday this week...
hang on. We had people who may have voted Remain taking the government position and also having changed their minds and supporting Brexit, even if they voted Remain originally.
Well, a lot of people who voted Remain are changing their minds
to
support Brexit.
Only one, actually, of the panel we had last week, I must just... Come on. Only one person actually was campaigning for Remain on the panel last week.
But all 5 of them voted Remain. Piers Morgan, who
they changed their minds. And let's not get into a whole conversation about last week. We had one person supporting Remain on the panel last week. But we're talking here about the TV licence.
And I think you have political party balance, but I think that often leads to an over-representation of people who voted Remain on the panel. I mean, this week
the question is, should all over 75s have the right to a free TV licence?
I think the BBC made a promise. It should stick to it. And I think the BBC, if it's as good as you say, should look to a model where people have the opportunity to subscribe rather than being forced to pay and imprisoned in some circumstances if they refuse.